So hi there, my name's Harkate, and yeah, I do things with plants and things. So and I hope you enjoy the kind of things that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be making borage tincture and just show you how I kind of do it. Borage is an amazing plant. It really is. It has loads of benefits. One, as an expectorant. So if you've got a cough or a cold, and you're really struggling with a lot of phlegm and things like that, then borage is absolutely brilliant for doing that. And you can use it just as a tea or as a tincture, and you can use that tincture and put things into, use it to put into other stuff like teas or on top of your salad or into oils and all sorts of things. So or you can just drink it like 5 ml, so a little spoonful, just to help you on your way. So what I'm actually going to do is the flowers are particularly good, and they are so pretty. Let's see, I've got loads of borage here. I don't know if you can see that. They're known as the blue star flower, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what else, if I've got another one here. So we are coming to the end of the season. It's autumn here in the UK. So this is what middle of November, and look, we've still got flowers coming, and actually quite new flowers. So, and it's really pretty, really good for your garden, this stuff as well. Helps to put nitrogen back into soil and all sorts of stuff. So helps if you grow tomatoes and things. Grow this, helps to stop worms in your tomatoes and all sorts of things. So one of the great things that is good for with borage is that it's good to relieve kind of adrenal stress, and that usually happens when you've actually been put on, oh, what's the name of the word? Let's have a, oh, if you've been on some kind of cortisone or some kind of steroids or something like that, and your body needs a bit of help to kind of reassert itself again, and borage is really, really good for that. And because of that, so if you've actually been suffering with eczema or anything like that, and the doctors are giving you some kind of steroid cream or anything, then you can actually use this stuff fresh, and just mash it down in and make it like a poultice, and then put it on top of that area, and that will seriously help. Just always, like with any herbs, just check to make sure that it's okay on your skin, because you can, you know, some people are allergic to certain things. I don't know if you're allergic to borage, but you might be. So, as with anything, it's just always a precaution to do. So, but you know, if you are suffering with phlegm or problems breathing, with asthma as well, this kind of stuff, it really does help. Make it as a tea, just fresh. Just take the tops off, straight into hot water, leave it to steep. Perhaps mix it with some mullein and some calendula, and then you've got yourself a beautiful looking tea as well. But today we're actually going to be using a tincture, which if you're having like with temperature and body fluctuations, so you know, ladies, you know, certain times with whatever life, should we say, you know, this can actually help with bringing your body down, and it has a cooling effect as well, just similar to cucumber. So you can actually eat the leaves. Now these leaves, because it's so late in the year, these leaves get like a it gets a little bit what's it, prickly is the best way to describe it. And at this time of year, they're not so good to eat, so eat them young, and they're really good for that. But it tastes like cucumber. It really does taste like cucumber, and it's lovely, really nice. So great for salads and everything like that. So if you're growing it, you can just eat it all year round, and it just keeps on going and going and going, and it really is the plant that just keeps on giving. So what I'm going to do here, I've got quite a bit of it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all the flowers off and pop them into my little jar. So I've got a little jar here. And I'm just going to take off all the flowers and the flower heads. I'm going to leave the stems on as well. Because in these, there's some, you've got the seeds as well. And I'm not going to make it today, but you can make borage oil as well, which is really good for all the things that I've said, and also to put in soaps and lip balms and stuff, which I'll probably be making next year, some lip balms. So, you know, stay tuned. So all I'm doing is I'm just putting loads of these flower tops. Some people would just use the flowers, so they would literally just pick off the top of the flower, you know, from the buddy end. Can you see that from the bud? And then they would just put those in. But because it's coming to the end of the year, I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's do that as well. So I'm going to do a mixture, just flowers and just tops, I think. I managed to get some young ones as well. I don't know how this managed to kind of grow this late, but this is some younger ones. And you'll find as it gets older, can you see all those hairs on that? Let's see if I can get it in right. See all those hairs. It does get a bit prickly. So it gets prickly with age. Pretty much like all of us really. So I'm just going to take those off as well, those whole tops off. And I'm just going to fill that jar. You can just basically see what I'm doing. There you go. And I'm just going to keep on filling that jar. I'm just going to keep on popping it in. I'm going to find something to put my jar on top so it shows. There you go. And I'm just going to keep on filling that with flower heads and seed heads. And just keep on going. Now really what I would like is actually about 50% flowers and seed heads to 50% vodka. So this is just normal vodka. You can use extra strength vodka if you like. It's really up to you. A lot of people will say, oh, use 100% or closer to 100% you can, which of course is 50% ABV. So, but this is, I'm using 37%, so it means I can drink it straight out of the bottle if I wanted to. I'm just gonna, how much more of this? Yeah, I can just keep on going. I've got a few more heads than I thought I did. That's brilliant. So I'm just gonna take the flowers off, I think, and see how I go with that. I am literally just winging this. I have no idea what I'm doing with the video. But you know, in autumn it's quite difficult sometimes to actually find plants that you can actually work out what to do with them. Oh, here's some older ones, flowers. There you go. Put some of this in because you know the last of our harvest has already gone. So just keep it going. I'm going to use all these flower heads. I'm also going to show you what I do because I'm going to be drying some as well. I won't show you the drying process because there's no point showing you the drying process really. Maybe I'll save that for another video. But, oh look, there's new ones with new tops, so that can go in as well. And I've got a few more just flower tops, so just get the flowers only and just keep on doing that. So what else can we, yeah, so they're really good for bringing down fevers, borage. Excuse me a second. Yeah, so it's also really good for, it has a lot of polyunsaturated fats in, and LGA, GLA acids as well, so really good for skincare. But if I was to be making salves and skin products, I'd be doing this when the plant was a lot younger, really. But this time of year, it's really nice to be able to work with some flowers. Of course, you've got some calendula still out there, if you're lucky, in November that you can still use. Or there's some unopened flowers there. I'll pop those in as well. Got some more unopened flowers there as well. Yeah, so, hey, that's looking good. You don't want to like pack it in there, but you do want to leave like a little bit of space at the top. Can you see? So I'm pretty much got everything in there, just the last of the flower heads, I think. How pretty, look. It's always nice to do this kind of stuff. You know, you can do all this stuff all the way during the summer, but quite often there's only a few herbs left, or a few plants that you can actually make stuff like this with this time of year. So anyway, so that's the last of those. So what's left is I've got loads of leaves. Oh, I've got some more flowers there. Hee hee. Got a couple more flowers. Got several on there. Put those in there as well. So what I've got left is like loads of flower heads, old flower heads with seeds. And I'm gonna pull all those flower heads off, and I'll put them into a separate jar and just leave them with the lid open, and I'm going to set them in the sun, just let them do whatever they want to do. And the rest of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry it. Now the way I dry my herbs and my flowers and things like that is in the microwave. Yeah. So what I tend to do is, it's okay if you've got like small amounts of stuff that you're drying off, and I like to dry off things like borage and also mullein. I've just done a whole load of mullein actually, and I like to dry it off in the microwave because it's dead easy. And all you do is you just rip off the leaves, make them smaller, so they dry really easy, and you place them onto 2 layers of tissue roll or kitchen roll. And then put 2 layers of kitchen roll on the top, and turn your microwave on. So my microwave's 900 watts, so I tend to turn it on for about 1.5 minutes, and then I will pour the leaves out of whatever I'm doing, and then this only really works for leaves. Flowers, you can't do this really, but it works really well with flowers, leaves. And then I will change over the what's it called, the kitchen roll and everything, and then I will do it again, but reduce it down to 30 seconds, and I do it 30 seconds change, 30 seconds change, 30 seconds change. So really what you're doing is you're literally drawing out the moisture into the paper towels, and voila, you've got beautifully dried herbs that will actually just last you for ages and ages and ages. Next year I'm building a shed. Well, I've got a lovely little shed that I'm actually going to be converting into my herb shed and my apothecary, so really looking forward to that. Probably do a video of clearing it out and kitting it out as well, so watch out for that next year too. But yeah, so we've got our little pot, and it's, you know, tinctures are so easy, they really are. And just using normal everyday vodka just means you don't have to worry about reducing the amount of time. Yeah, not time, that's not what I meant at all. So you literally are getting me kind of in my confuzzled state. You're just not having to worry about diluting it at all. See, if you use 100% alcohol, sure, everything gets drawn out into that alcohol a lot quicker, and means, you know, in a couple of weeks you've got your tincture, whereas this will actually take, what, 6 to 8 weeks about that somewhere, and then it's done. But then it will last you for like 2 or 3 years. So this is tincture's a really, really good way of just drawing out all the goodness. So when you're kind of on your lean months and you haven't got any left, but you actually need something, you've got it there stored up in your cupboard, and you know your tincture's good always. So all we're doing is just getting our vodka and literally just pouring your vodka into the top there, and that's it. Make sure everything's covered. I can't actually show you the top, obviously, so I'm just gonna pokey, making sure all those flowers are in that vodka. And I'm gonna put the lid on, and then is it around here? Ooh. Oh. Is it in here? Yeah. So to label up, always label your stuff up. You know, it's always worth it. So with stuff that I've got in a jar that I'm actually going to be decanting in about a week, or in about 6 to 8 weeks, I actually just use a liquid chalk marker. So, and all I do is I will put on this borage. Here, let's put it on the front. Borrage Tincture. And what's today's date? So today's date is the 10th of November. And that is 2021. They are. So that's labelled up now. Now that won't get touched. That will just get put in a cool, dark place now for 6 to 8 weeks. And then I will then pour out the vodka into a new thing, and I'll probably eat the flowers, put the flowers into a tea or whatever, and it's all done and dusted. So what I'm also going to do today is, whilst I'm here, might as well, and I've got all these extra borage flowers, is I'm just going to nip off all the borage heads. I'm just going to pop them into a pot. Now borage is great, it seeds by itself, so you don't need to worry about that. But if you're actually taking the seed heads off like this, there won't be any seeds left in your garden if you're doing it all year round for your borage to actually grow itself, because it doesn't grow by roots, it grows by reseeding, and it really reseeds really easily. So, so I'm just going to pop all these in here, and this is going to be my borage flower pot, which I'm going to leave the lid open and just leave it into the sun, inside in the sun, and just let them all dry out just naturally in there, and then the jar will collect any seeds, but they're also there for when I want to make some borage tea. Very lucky. I've actually got some roses still flowering in the garden, so borage tea with rose petals. If you haven't tried that, that's worth a try too. And I'm just gonna collect all of these up. There's got some more. Nearly got all the seed heads. There you go. Oh, I missed a flower there. Look. So when I'm making tea, I will just actually. I drink a lot of hawthorn tea. So I go out and collect my own berries and my hawthorns and everything, and then I will add some of this, just one of these tops, to the top of the hawthorn into the tea as well. And that will just stay like that now. And again, label it up with me marker. Now if you're going to label stuff up for any length of time, obviously it's worth just what's it called, getting labels and stuff. But to be honest with you, what are these? These are like £3, £3 for 3, £4 for 3, and these do just as good a job. So I'm just going to put borage, flowers, perfect. And the rest of them, so what I'm left now with is some brilliant leaves, and I am going to dry these out, and then I'll put them into another pot like this, and then when I run out of those, I'll have dried borage as well to be able to make teas and stuff if I'm feeling a bit kind of yeah, my chest is a bit bad because I do suffer from asthma, and I do tend to find that this works quite well. So if you're allergic asthmatic, always just check. So is there anything else? You know, do leave messages. Do leave messages for me if you've got any questions or whatever. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm just reading something quickly. No, I've actually not forgotten anything. So, hope you enjoyed my video. Do give me a like if you did. And do stay tuned. I am going to be making some fire cider. And it's a great tonic to have in your store cupboard. Yeah, for when you're poorly or when you're not poorly. It's just a really good kind of vitamin C aid for to stop you getting poorly as well as if you're feeling a bit poorly. So thank you for tuning in, and ta-da for now.